This episode brought to you by everybody.
Coming up on the show,
Dude.
we have a very special leaderboard update.
Quiet, please.
Sorry.
Why is it so
We're
bright?
doing a World Championship recap. And we're wrapping up season 1 of Bucking Around. So, hey, all that and more is coming up right now. We're Bucking Around,
Is that time already?
live on Twitch.
Welcome back to Bucking Around. Oh my lord, it's so bright back here.
Very bright.
These World's hangovers are brutal. Anyway, welcome back to Bucking Around, everybody, your one-stop shop for everything buck hunters need to know. I'm Callum. This is Pappy's Jug. This is Mike Colesworthy. I know how you feel. Jess over in the production bay.
I'm fine.
And the other Jess is in Arizona. Jess, how are you?
I'm good too. Are you guys gonna survive over there? Or what?
I don't think we will.
This is the worst pour. I give up.
It was the one time you poured it up to like here with foam, and it was like that much beer.
It happens.
Anyway, last week on the show, we didn't have a show because we were down in Austin, Texas, setting up for the Big Buck World Championship.
That's right. That's right.
Should we recap that, or let's recap that a little bit later?
Yeah, we'll get to it in just a second. No, we can do it now.
We can recap it now.
Yeah.
Let's recap our
talk about the
Thursday.
World Championship. We got the trophies here, like you said. It was an unforgettable weekend.
That's right. We had a lot of incredible placings, performances by a lot of you players, and of course, the event itself. It's hey, buddy.
Hey.
The event. I'm
You
so.
guys are a disaster over there.
Yeah.
And the event itself was absolutely incredible. The food, the merchandise, the swag, the event, the decor was incredible. Like
Yeah.
the mountain lion
We had
was incredible.
we had
I
some
think it was
rain.
actually a cougar, but
It was a mountain lion.
Same
I think it was a mountain lion.
Yeah, same thing. We had a bit of rain that.
A bit.
Yeah.
We danced with fire is what we were doing.
Yeah, it attempted to put a damper, no pun intended,
Oh boy.
on the weekend, but we persevered, and the result was awesome because it only rained before and after you guys came. So that's all that matters, right?
That's right. And with that, the two people leaving with the most after the Big Buck World Championship, Melinda, the ladies champion.
Yes, congratulations.
5K, winning her second, of course, taking the throne from Sarah Erlandson, who was saw herself with an early exit in 5th place.
That's right, and if I am not mistaken, it's like 2013 all over again, as Federico said on stage, because our world champion is once again Trevor Gartner, the only person in Big Buck HD history to defend his title 2 years in a row.
That's right, and what a performance. I mean, he went straight through winner's bracket, found himself in the finals where he saw Chris Freem, who was managed to take one adventure from him. Sorry, I'm trying to look over.
It's all good.
Took an adventure from him, and of course, Trevor fired back in kind and won the whole thing, taking $20,000. That's no chump change.
Yeah, well, we can't just give all the attention to the champions of both tournaments, although they certainly earned it. Let's talk about the rest of it, shall we, Callum?
Sure thing, and to do that,
It's...
go ahead first. I'll wait.
You want to say it?
No, of course not.
You can say it.
No.
I'll let you.
No. It's yours.
leaderboard update time! Leaderboard.
Mike, we might have to get a little snuggly. Someone in the chat says they can't hear you.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
So Jess is going to be working on Mike's audio. Until then, Mike, we're going to split an audio, split a mic. But even more importantly, we'd like to introduce Matt,
Matt, the IT guy.
the IT guy. Matt's going to be playing for us while we go through these updates. Matt, why don't you tell everyone at home, what are your interests? Do you like long walks on the beach? Love them. There, you heard it here first. Ladies, Matt, our IT guy, loves long walks on the beach. Mike likes not having a functional microphone.
Yeah, just fill in for me. Stretch.
And I like going into the ladies bracket. Do we have the graphic up on the screen?
How is this in my pants?
That's I don't know if I'm pretty sure that was loud enough for everyone to hear with absolutely zero context. Why is this in my pants? I've never seen this here before. All right, anyway, Matt's going to be jumping into the game. I'm going to be taking a look at the ladies' tourney winners. So, of course, after Mike does a little do-si-do. All right, so
How about now, chat? Can you hear
2016.
me?
All right, well, I'll bring up the chat again, actually.
Sorry. Just want to confirm.
Everyone in the chat, do me a favor and let me know if Mike can hear you. I don't know what was going wrong. All of our audio checks worked.
Sound of my voice.
Hashtag what's in my pants. I love it. Wonderful. More importantly, Mike, once you get that mic up, give me a little mic check.
Check. 1, 2. Mike on the mic. Yo.
All right, guys, in the chat, let me know but if not,
All right.
we're going to start getting into these brackets, or in these placings anyway, starting
must go on.
with the 2016 Big Buck Ladies Tourneys winner. Now, of course, Melinda Van Humison taking home that $5,000. Incredible performance. Out of the losers bracket, nonetheless. Completely steamrolled the competition.
Unbelievable performance. Doing a great job, by the way.
Oh, yeah, I know, right?
Doing a. Oh yeah, sure. Let's.
More importantly, Mike, they can hear you, so I don't have to share my mic with you.
Good. Let's bring this over here. Man, you'd think we'd have this figured out by now. All right, here we go.
Yeah, what episode is this? Come on, guys.
Cords
All right.
need to be extended.
There, are we good?
We're good. Let's get into this.
All right. Hey, everybody. Okay. So I'm sorry, Callum. Where did you leave off?
Melinda
here?
Van Humison, first
Melinda
place,
Van
going
Humison.
into second.
Okay, yeah. Kylie Hodgson put on quite a show this
I
year.
was not expecting it. I was
I-
honestly expecting a Melinda Sarah final, as always, as I think a lot of the community were.
Yep.
But not only that, but Melissa Romanek and Renee Brooks, like the whole top four came out of nowhere, apart from Melinda.
These were
and just
breakout performances across the board.
incredible.
Absolutely incredible. And it is really interesting to me to see how many of these ladies came in at maybe lower seeds and just knocked out. I mean, Sarah Erlandson in 5th place. What is this, the Twilight Zone?
And I was actually talking to Melissa on Thursday at the pre-party, and even she was saying, like, no, I'm gonna get double eliminated. I'm not gonna do well. And then like throughout the whole tournament, I just kept seeing her name advance. I'm like, what is going on? What did you eat or drink before this?
Somebody got in the zone. That's what
Right.
happened.
It
Yeah,
very probably
powered
was
by
the barbecue.
This win brought to you by barbecue.
But of course, then, as I said, Renee Brooks from Australia, highest placing in the ladies' tourney. I know the Australians had a pretty awesome performance throughout the entire event on both days.
The Australians came in force, and it was just incredible. Let's see, any other stories we want to talk about? Shirley Ann McMurtry, it was her first year at the World Championship, coming in 20th in the ladies' tourney. I had a chance to talk to her very briefly. Very nice lady, and I think that she will be back next year because she kind of got the bug. But
You know what? I don't blame them. In this, what an awesome first year to attend too. I mean,
yeah,
the Belmont was just incredible.
absolutely incredible. Our friend Julia Wilmot, I don't know if we checked the chat to see how many of these people are actually joining us today.
I know
but-
Julia's there,
All right, good. Hello, Julia, and congratulations once again.
unless you got me sick. Then we're
In which
taking away your
case-
congratulations.
All right, yeah. Should we move on to the worlds? What do you
But
think?
that goes out to Jesse as well, and everyone else who I high-fived or shook hands with. I'm looking at you guys. Moving on into
I'm just saying, man, I'm fine.
the world. Yeah, well, not after we make out. What?
What?
All right, so getting into the Big Buck World Championship winners, Trevor Gartner sitting on top with that $20,000. That is, what an awesome way to start a college fund for your newborn.
Yeah, you know what? And the thing that really struck me during the whole tournament in the matches with Trevor is, obviously, I mean, he came through the winners bracket and swept, but there were very clearly sites that were hunted on where people got the better of him. So Trevor Gartner is beatable.
Yeah, Chris
And-
Freem was. I don't think I've seen as dominating a performance as Chris Freem on Whitetail throughout
Yeah.
the entire thing, and of course everyone who came on the desk. What's your favorite animal?
Yeah.
Everyone hated Whitetail because it's wily and it bounces. But
Yep.
Chris Freem was literally every time he went up against Trevor on Whitetail, dominated him 6-0.
Yeah, and getting back to breakout years here, RJ Anguiano, his best finish prior to this was 10th or 11th, I believe, and coming in 3rd this year. We did get word from him that he's planning on retiring from shootout.
It's not a bad place to go out on top.
Yeah,
But speaking of players on top, John Byrne,
John Byrne.
compared to his brother.
Yeah,
Of
or-
course, Mike is still an incredible performance in 13th, but I mean, John just slayed.
As Snipes said, the better Byrne.
The better Burn. Oh man, ouch. But again, Sarah, 5th place.
Yep, Sarah.
Both
5th place.
tournaments, 5th place. That's not something to be disappointed
That
about.
is crazy, and you cannot ignore that Sarah Erlandson and Melinda Van Humison were back-to-back in the World Championship. Melinda made a serious run this year, at that coveted dual title.
They actually got knocked out at the same time, both of them on stage at the same time. I believe
Absolutely
Chris
insane.
Freem took one, and I think John Burden knocked the other.
Absolutely insane.
Derek Tower, though, we had some incredible matches this week. I mean, during this World Championship, we had, on one point, I think we had Trevor and Skippy, Melinda, Sarah, Travis, and Chris Freem all on stage at the same time. And I was seriously sitting up in the desk like, I genuinely have no idea who to put on.
Which one do you watch? Yeah. I mean, it's a hard call for sure. Brenton Garrity, check him out in 8th place there. Now, it's not Brenton's best finish, but considering that this guy qualified in a day
Yeah.
as an American.
And spent the month prior traveling around the U.S.
Yeah. I mean, obviously his attention was divided as he and Ebony made their tour around the States, but my gosh, I mean, Brenton Garrity, you are a extremely talented hunter.
That's right.
No doubt about that whatsoever. Our old friend Joe Miller here, James Kennington. I think he actually, as I was making the leaderboards for today, there were a couple little fun circumstances here. I think James Kennington qualified within a spot of his actual seed rank.
Yeah, well,
Or he ended in a similar spot. So, good job, James. That was awesome. And then Andy Lynn.
Surprised me. I
Andy
wasn't
Lynn.
expecting an 11th place finish out of Andy and the guys.
Yeah, you know, Andy is consistent. He always qualifies and he's always there. But, you know, I got to say, normally, under normal circumstances, Andy he ends up kind of finishing middle of the road here. But absolutely incredible performance from Andy this year.
There's a lot of people I wasn't expecting either I was expecting them to do way, way better or way, way worse. So Travis Pastrana, I was not expecting a 12th place finish out of him,
Yeah,
but he killed it.
Yeah, I mean, it's no secret in the community, people sometimes wonder, is Travis actually this
He
that
showed
good?
up. I mean, he was actually hunting really well. I watched him a couple times, and I mean, he was giving a challenge to a lot of the top names.
Yeah, and I mean, he constantly trains with his buddy Steve St. Arnold, and Steve ended up in 42nd place. And, you know, Steve beats him sometimes, so people weren't really sure where Travis was going to end up, but in 12th place, I mean, that's absolutely incredible.
Right, and Courtney McLaughlin, as we said. So the Foreigners put on a hell of a show this week. Courtney McLaughlin in 14th. Drew Baldock, or as you like to call him, Drew Baldock,
No.
in 15th.
We buried the hatchet. It's Baldock, Drew, once and for all. I had to make fun of him because he seemed to perform better when I called him by his old name on stage. I filled in for Snipes a little bit this past weekend. But before we move on, we do have to thank Courtney McLaughlin. She brought us a very, very nice gift bag of there it is, of cool candies and treats and snacks from Australia. Courtney, that was so thoughtful of you.
We've been munching on them.
Yeah, I mean, I know you did that for a lot of your favorite players in the community, but there's a tag on it that just says bucking around.
And we also didn't let anything get taken out of it going through security like some other people did. We tucked it into our carry-on and hid it all the way onto the plane.
Yep.
And then munched all the way through.
Yeah, we've been snacking on it all day here.
But yeah, you know what? Before we... yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
Before we get off this page, I want to just talk about a couple things. So, things that surprised me. So we've talked about players doing really well. Ryan Hodgson,
Yeah.
17th place. Now, I understand that's certainly not something to be disappointed about
No,
by
not-
any means.
No, not at all.
But I was expecting like top 3.
All of the writing was on the wall this year for Ryan Hodgson to finish much, much closer to the top. I'm sure that, you know, his training regimen this year was really intense, him and Kylie, and you can tell. I mean, Kylie did an amazing job, Ryan did an amazing job, but you know, once you get onto the World Championship stage, there are so many things that you can't account for. People aiming just ahead of you and things like that.
It can seriously go absolutely either way.
Yeah.
But in the same vein, Bill Hulke,
Yeah.
your prediction to win the event,
Yeah.
4th place last year, and you got 21st this year.
Yeah. How about it?
So
21st? No, that's Andrew
sorry,
White.
is that 31st? 31st. Sorry,
yeah,
31st.
Yeah. Okay, there.
But yeah, I mean, like as I said, it's certainly nothing to be upset about. I was on the desk with Andrew Moskowitz at one point, and he said, we were talking about the losers bracket. He's like, honestly, it's not a losers bracket. He's like, there's so much talent at this tournament that like you could get double eliminated in this tournament and still be happy because everybody is that freaking good.
Yeah. I mean, people really did get kind of scattered all over the place here with so many new names coming in. The one that really stood out to me putting this together was Jaron Anderson in 61st place. Now, he's a veteran player, and he trains hard with the guys in Brooklyn. So you got to wonder what happened there. Maybe he just got some bad matchups, or
Well, I mean, that's not even the best of the best. Nate Boyer, double eliminated.
That's
like,
true.
There's a lot of names in here that you would expect to be on the top that
Yeah.
just fell down, and it's tough because, as we said, the competition is genuinely that good.
It really is. It really is. And right next to Nate Boyer, there, Matt Toohey, who I met for the first time at this World Championship, said that he just goes crazy every time we say his name on the show. So Matt Toohey, Matt Toohey, Matt Toohey. That one's for you, Matt Toohey. It was awesome to meet you. Australian, living in San Francisco with Moskowitz's crew. So, well, not living with them,
Yeah,
but within
yeah, we
some
get what
proximity
you're
of them.
saying.
So it was very cool to meet you, Matt. Let's see, Scott Van Humison, who I'm assuming is probably in the chat today in 39th place there. He came up to me at one point during the event and said, I did my thing. I'm here to root for Melinda, which is kind of the story every year.
Right. And what a job he did. I mean, Melinda freaking killed it
Oh my
all
gosh.
weekend. Stellar performance.
Yeah, yeah. And, speaking of, some of these hunters are just at another level. So, actually, you told me a story. I'll let you tell it again
boy.
about Chris Freem and his kind
Oh,
of
so
perception.
see, now we're gonna get into revealing secrets,
Yeah, well,
tools of the trade. Sure.
there's no confirming or denying until Trevor Gardner says it himself. But Chris Freem seemed to have a theory about Trevor Gardner that I thought was fascinating.
Before we get into that, let's get into the buckshot.
Okay.
So that way we can do this all in our highlights.
Sure.
So Jess, take it away with the buckshot.
Buckshot is coming from none other than the 2016 Big Buck World Championship. There was obviously a lot of games that were played on that stage. One of them including Flippy Cup.
Yes.
Also the real tomfoolery, but this is just a great photo of everybody's concentrating very hard. I love the eclectic mix of all the players here. You've got players from all different teams and area codes, and they're all kind of getting together just to see who could be the most badass Flip Cup player. So this was a great experience for sure.
Yeah, awesome. I mean, that's really what stood out to me about that image right away was just that you've got Mike Ridings from Team 314 up there. You've got Travis Pastrana, obviously Team Whiskey Throttle. You've got two different Wisconsin factions up there with Andy White, the Big Buck Pope,
Big Buck Pope.
wearing his Big Buck Pope hat, which he assured me is going to inform next year's costume. Wearing the new uniform that Trevor got, along with one of the throwback Scunny Sniper jerseys up there. So that was a cool. It brings it all together.
It was funny. I saw like Andrew with the hat on it at the beginning of the event, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, it's a goofy looking hat."
Yeah.
And then like 20 minutes later, I saw it turn around. I was like, "Oh, okay, that's kind of like the Pope hat." And then I saw him like 30 minutes later, and he had the cross and everything. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, "Oh boy,
Yeah.
oh boy."
Andy White, I know you watched the show. I'm sure you're out there too today. I just want to tell you, I still think that's a brilliant costume idea.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I love it. It's just ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
It embodies.
The best part was even on 6th Street, everyone could find him because all they needed to do was find the Pope hat.
Find the
right.
Pope hat.
Now, let's see. What are we on to now?
Oh, we're moving on to our recap.
Recaps. You want to talk about pick picks?
Pick picks is such
picks?
a risky phrase.
It's risky.
Pick picks.
I'm assuring only peas there. All right.
That doesn't know. I don't know if that makes it any better, Mike.
Nope. Let's just talk about photos, shall we? Now, today each of us just kind of combed through the photos that we are slowly getting back from the World Championship, and we're just going to share some of our favorite moments. So who do you got first up there? Me. All right. Hey, there's me. I wanted to show this one because this is really the shot that all of the planning and stuff goes into. The confetti cannons firing off. If you look, I mean, there obviously like Trevor is winning right now, but you also see Chris Freem off to the side getting support and love from his cheering squad. I think Federico is up there somewhere with his pom poms, which is awesome to see. But yeah, that's the money shot for the whole World Championship, and I think that it was absolutely amazing this year with the metallic confetti and just the stage presentation. I thought this year was awesome, and that was a big moment.
Cool. All right.
Sounds like you're up next.
Is it my turn? All right, so I chose. Sorry, I was reading something that someone's saying in the chat. My picture I chose was it's really it's kind of like a blurry action shot looking back on the venue. I chose it because honestly, this venue was incredible.
Yeah.
From top to bottom, I wish I had a shot kind of with encompassing both levels and the inside, but I mean, on the outside, you said this in our meeting yesterday, we created this like Big Buck City with the tents in the back and with the bars and everything. And then you look on the upper level, and there's a tent, and there's people on the railings looking over, and of course the uplighting, the orange and green, the game's up there. The entire use of space for the Big Buck World was just awesome, and it filled really nicely with everyone from the community. And then of course inside, which isn't in that picture, but like we had the Killer Queen guys. It was seriously, it was a packed venue.
Yeah.
And it looked really freaking good.
Absolutely. And I think what stood out to me additionally about your photo was that during that time, it was like, that was when the night sort of cleared up weather-wise.
Yeah.
Like it turned into a really nice night that night. And it really was a testament to just how lucky we were with our spot this weekend.
And yeah, let's talk about that for a second. I know, I know a lot of these players got stuck on Sunday flying home.
Yeah, the weather took a turn.
We got lucky. We flew out, I think, about 30 minutes before the storm started.
Wow.
But Eric Schnitzer didn't fly out till about 6 p.m.
Oof.
And
Sorry,
their
Eric.
flight was at like 11. No, their flight was a little bit later, but they got 4-hour delays. So I'm like, this whole weekend, we got so fortunate, and it was an awesome event nonetheless. I'm super happy it was outside. I love the weather we got was perfect when it was
going on.
But I mean, it was literally, I mean, you guys were there. Before the event, it was raining. After the event, it was kind of drizzling.
It was basically as Trevor was crowned, it started sprinkling a little bit. And we're like, here we go again. Let's get everything covered up. And
it was a lot of panic. I wouldn't say panic. It was a lot of quick rush. Let's get everything covered, and then waiting.
Yeah.
But when it was happening, I thought it was freaking epic.
Yeah, we took a gamble, and I think ultimately it paid off. So,
Also,
I mean, by all means, as the show's going on, share your favorite World Championship memories, and we'll try to call some
Scott Van
attention.
Hoomison's favorite World Championship memory. I don't know if this is his favorite, but he puked on the plane.
Oh.
That can't be a good place to throw up, is on a plane.
Well, yeah, I mean, if your flight's early the next day and you hit it a little hard, that's...
Sometimes you just got to puke on the plane, right?
Sometimes... I'm going to have that embroidered. Sometimes you just have to puke on a plane.
Which graphic do we have next, Jess?
Next is David's favorite. I don't know.
You can talk about it, though.
I don't know if my mic is working because I now have Mike's mic.
Oh, okay.
But so this is David and his new best friend,
Bo.
Bo.
Yeah.
He came with one of the players. I sadly can't remember who. But
Jubilee.
Yeah, Jubilee. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, and he loved it so much. Bo, not David. David loved it too. But Bo said that he's going to be one of the qualifiers for next year. So
Good. Good. Yeah, Bo was definitely feeling the event at the end there. And you know, this is I think the only photo that we have in our picks right now of the step and repeat, which was of course very popular as people entered the event, getting pictures with the models and stuff. Very, very cool.
You know, I remember at one point telling Bo, we were taking like a group shot of us four, and I remember being like, hey, Bo, we're going to take a group photo. Can you back off for a second? I remember him literally just being like, oh.
We, of course, got a group shot with Bo as well. So, yeah, for all of you guys that came up to us and had nice things to say about the show, I mean, what a humbling experience. It was really, really cool. So thank you.
All right, up next we've got Jess.
My pick is the infamous or famous Travis Pastrana cutting off his pants to be like the Buck Dudes moment. If people probably don't know this, but before the event started, all of our Big Buck male trail guides had khakis that were down past their knees, and they just did not think that was cool enough. So they took it upon themselves to cut off all their pants, show some legs for days. The girls also ended up cutting up their pants as well, and Travis Pastrana just could not help but get those legs, those pasty legs out into the sun.
Yeah.
I thought-
So that was. We actually have a video of this as well, which maybe we'll save for a later episode.
I thought Dave cutting off his pants on stage was hilarious.
Yeah, I mean,
Yep, it spread like wildfire. Dave also got the chance to do that.
you cannot deny that the official look of this year's World Championship was sunglasses with the lenses popped out and cut off jeans.
And you might have started a fire. Federico in the chat says, we need more trail guides in Big Buck HD. Come on, play mechanics. And of course, Rowdy Mouse backs him up. Male trail guides. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
and of course,
Not be against.
I was just saying, of course, you know you've got Melinda's support before it
Yes.
even hits the table.
Yes. Yeah, and this is there's so many things going on in this photo. I mean, obviously you've got the trail guides, which we talked about. Also, Buck Wild Snacks sitting right there in the foreground of the picture.
Yep.
I
We
bel
just talked about how we were were drowning in Buckwild snacks. We had so many Buckwild
Yeah.
snacks. It was Buckwild snacks for everybody.
And everyone loved them. They were so good.
Yeah, I'm a little bummed we didn't put some on the pallets
To
coming
bring back those jalapeno ones.
The jalapeno tortilla chips were my personal favorite. I know a lot of people were going crazy for the caramel corn.
Caramel bourbon.
Caramel bourbon, yeah.
All right, Jess, your turn.
All right, and last but not least, my favorite was Melinda winning. Look at this picture. There's so much happiness.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just loved it just because it's her and her girls just freaking out on stage, and it's just that whole moment.
Yeah.
Right there.
If lensless sunglasses and cutoffs are the look, then the sound of the World Championship is Melinda's battle cry.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think anyone, I know someone commented this during the World Championship. I don't think anyone works a crowd better than Melinda. Every time she's on stage, she's hyping everyone up, got her arms like flailing.
Yeah. I saw a comment on the board saying that that's just kind of her way of like blowing off steam, getting the adrenaline coming back up and stuff. And
Oh, I don't doubt it.
yeah. So
Get the crowd on your side and
absolutely.
you'll place first in ladies and sixth in the other one.
Yeah. No, Melinda obviously a crowd favorite, and it was so nice for us to get to know the rest of the Van Humesons that we hadn't had a chance to meet or hang out with. I know that I loved finally meeting Max.
Yes,
there-
Max
there in
Destruction
his,
9.
His
Got to
cowboy
meet a
hat.
YouTube star.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I felt bad because I was giving out free stuff, and some of it was like 21 and up stuff, and I wasn't able to include him. So, Max, if you come back next year, we'll make sure that we're stocked up on some things that I can actually give you.
So here's the thing. Before we do our sign off, I know you.
Oh, no, we still have a video.
Oh, we do have a video.
There's plenty to do. The video will be at the end.
I just wanted to let you know, for all the sadistic things you've made us do throughout this show, we've all got pretty moderate sizes here.
That's for me.
This is yours. Just
You
remember
know what?
this.
Game on.
Just remember this. It's all over my
That's a
hands.
lot.
No, it's a gross amount it's definitely a gross amount.
We'll get to that in just a moment. Jesse, any further thoughts on that one? That was obviously an awesome picture.
Yeah, no, that's about it. And just so you know, I'm not doing the Vegemite.
We'll talk about it.
We'll see. So what do you think? Should we move on to
I think it's time.
All right. So over the course of the show, we've used the sponsor zone to thank all kinds of people and companies that have made Bucking Around and the World Championship possible.
Yeah, that's right. But until now, we've left out the most important sponsor of all, and that is you guys.
Now, you personally may not have sent us money or drinks or snacks. That would have been appreciated.
But you gave us half an hour of your Thursdays, you spread the word, and best of all, you played a hell of a lot of Buck Hunter.
Yeah, that's what Bucking Around is all about. Growing this awesome community, getting more people from more areas to join us at the World Championships, and maybe, just maybe, get that bar owner out there to think, you know what? Maybe I'll put a Big Buck HD in that open corner over there.
That's right. So thank you guys so much for watching Season 1 of this crazy, goofy show, and we hope to see you guys back for Season 2 in 2017.
So keep an eye on all the social media channels down below for that announcement, and we will see you soon.
Cheers, buddy.
So wait, are we doing this and then we're gonna play our sign-off?
We're doing this. Roll the sign-off video, and we'll see you guys early 2017.
Yep.
So,
So glad I don't have to do anything.
yeah, seriously, you are lucky. Cheers, guys. And thank you.
See you guys.
We'll see you guys soon. Thank you.
Cheers.
Oh, it won't.
Video. We're bucking around. So ridiculous. Hey, how's it going there?
Come on, let's get some twerking in there.
Cheers, buddy. Oh.
Watch the show.